In many areas in the developing world, there is lots of water, but it is contaminated. It could be piped town water, a well, water from a diverted cap spring, tanker truck delivery, cistern, or a local river, lake, or stream. If the water is contaminated but there is sufficient water supply, it is quite easy to install a chlorination system to sterilize the drinking water supply. The Edge Outreach M100 chlorinator can treat up to 40,000 liters of drinking water per day. This simple unit uses table salt, sodium chloride, and a 12-volt car battery to produce chlorine gas. Most modern cities treat their water with chlorine gas. Before the team arrives, the in-country representative has arranged with the local village to decide where the unit will be placed. It must be in a secure location. The clean water must be accessible to all. Tanks are bought in town and transported to the site. Blocks or heavy steel racks are used as a base for bigger tanks. Smaller tanks can sit on a sturdy table. Here is Chana right in the tank, ensuring the bung threads are tight. The system has 3 parts: getting the water into the tanks, plumbing to get the clean water to drinking water tap, and plumbing and valves at the tanks, called a manifold. You can tie into existing water source and plumb to the tank several ways: from an elevated tank filled by a tanker truck, from a roof tank, from a tap on a concrete holding tank. Here is David and Nikki joining into pipes from a cap spring. It is all done with 3/4-inch PVC pipe and glue. Shut-off valves are placed at the source and at each tank. We have found that using toilet-type float valves and clear sight tubes to check water levels is not practical. Here Raphael and a group joined the pipe to a water source on the other side of the highway. They tied the pipe to barbed wire, waited for a pause in traffic, sent 2 fellows up trees, and voila, water for your system. In Uganda, we used an electric pump to draw water from a well to fill the tank. For simplicity of use, the drinking tap is best placed away from the system if possible. It can be on the other side of the tanks, down a pathway, or through a wall. Shut-off valves are placed inside the wall to control access to the tap during chlorination or refilling the tanks. The manifold is a series of pipes and valves at the tanks. They are used to allow water to move from the tank through a pump, through the chlorinator, and back into the tank. If you want to fill, chlorinate, and draw from either tank, you will need a parallel, another pipeline. It looks complicated at first, but to follow the flow of water, use your finger starting at the base of the tank you are using and follow the water flow through the entire system. A valve with the red handle in line is on, and if the handle is 90 degrees, it is off or blocked. When the manifold plumbing is completed, you assemble the M100 chlorinator unit and join it to the system. The chlorinator unit can sit on the blocks or table or hang from the neck of the tank. Put the U-shaped cooling tube into the unit. Take note of which way the flow direction arrow is pointing on the black venturi. This is where the gas is sucked from the unit into the pumped water. The tube from the venturi, the gas tube, goes into the tank that you are using. Install the pump into the plumbing. If you do not want to hard plumb the pump to the PVC manifold, there is enough wire on the pump that the pump itself and the gas tube can be put directly into the chlorinated tank. Take the silver cup and fill it 1.5 times with table salt and put the salt into the mixing bottle. Add to about the 1/3 mark with water. Shake and mix and pour into the salt side. Fill with straight water up to the marks. On the other sodium hydroxide side, fill with water and a pinch of salt on the first time ever used, called a cold start, or pour back the sodium hydroxide solution the unit produced yesterday. Connect the pump wires to the battery. You should hear pump noise, see water moving through the lines, and feel suction on the little white tube. Connect the chlorinator unit to the battery. You will smell chlorine gas very quickly. Wave it with your hand. Do not snort it directly. Always connect the pump first, then the chlorinator, and to shut down, remove the chlorinator first and then the pump. Use the swimming pool chlorine test kit and get the level to 3 to 5 parts per million chlorine. Be sure to get new tank water each test from the test taps by letting the water run out a bit. When you get the yellow 3 to 5 parts per million, you can start the other tank if possible. On the first installation, run this water through your new plumbing to get chlorinated water throughout the entire system. After 2 hours sit time, test again. If the levels are still in the yellow 3 to 5 parts per million range, the water is okay to drink. If not, repeat the process, and cheers. You have to teach 2 to 4 people how to run, test, and wash out the unit. You can have some fun here by trying to sabotage certain steps to see if they get it. Here David has told the villagers to turn away as he tries to trick them. No peeking. Teach it one step at a time. Show them how the water fills, how the water flows from the tank to the drinking tap, and how to run the unit. Go over storage and use of the 2 leftover liquids. The chlorine bleach water can be used for washing white clothing, counters, tables, water containers, etc., as you would do at home. The sodium liquid can be used for soap making, killing insect larvae in puddles, house cleaning, or usually used tomorrow to put back into the unit. Go over the use and charging of the battery and nighttime security of the unit and battery. You can easily set up and teach at least 3 systems per week. Let's see, at 600 people per village, that is 1,800 people per week with drinking water. Not bad. The basic system can be adapted to a variety of setups. Single tank and a single plumbing pipe, 2 tanks and single plumbing line. Here are 2 drinking taps in a schoolyard in Uganda from a very large single tank. 2 tanks and double plumbing pipes in Haiti. The white wall behind is a large water cistern. Anybody can do this. Just think how easy it is to give a village clean water. Yay, team.